afternoon, everybody. This is Meg at Chasing Retro. I'm coming to you today because I was tagged by Diane Hubert at Pretty Pink Cottage in the challenge that was started by Carrie at the Paper Monkey. I'm going to list both of these ladies' channels below. If you don't already know who they are, you need to go check them out. But this is a hashtag called Tag Your Turn. That is the hashtag name, and if you would like to participate, you can. You just need to either make on camera or show already made tags and then tag someone else to continue the fun. So I was tagged by Diane. Thank you so much, Diane, for tagging me in this. And it worked out perfectly because I was starting today on some tags for the Christmas journals that I'm making. And so today I will get to show you a few of the tags that I have made so far, as well as an update on how the journals are coming along. I don't get a lot of work on them done during the week unless it's in the evenings, because as most of you know, I started working part-time. And then when I am done working, I have to do all of the household tasks and stuff like that. But I do get weekends, and I'm going to start really cherishing my weekends from now on, which my husband is very excited about. I won't pack them so full anymore. But this past weekend, I was able to work almost all day Saturday and Sunday on these journals, and I got so much done. And I will say this too. I never did not have fun making journals. It's always a pleasure and a great deal of fun for me to make them. But I will say that now that I'm working part-time and I have a separation between work and play, I am enjoying the play so much better. I am enjoying creating. I'm looking more forward to coming to my crafting desk than I used to before, and I didn't think that was possible. So that's just my situation. It may not be unique to everyone, but that is what I have found, and I've kind of been surprised by that, and I'm overjoyed by that because it just made journaling even more fun, and I didn't know that was possible. So here are five, I think these are 5 tags that I've made to go in I'm making 4 large journals and 4 greeting card journals, and then 3 mini journals. Well, obviously these will be for the larger ones because they're big tags. But the first one is just scrapbook paper in the background. And then I did a collage of a vintage postage stamp. And this is a punch from a wrapping page. No, this might be an Ideals page. And then this is fussy cut from an Ideals page, like a song sheet. And I just put it onto some, it's having a hard time focusing with this fabric. I put it on some cardstock. And then this thing tied at the top is actually, do you guys remember in the 80s, those blouses that had the little ties around the neck? It had like a lacy mocked collar, and then it had the tie that went around the neck and then hung down. That is what this is. So I got this at a thrift store and use it for tags now. This is wrapping paper that's not vintage. It's actually from Current. And I know Current is vintage. Current goes way back. But I actually still order from Current. So this is some wrapping paper that I got from Current several years ago that we used as a family. And then I had leftovers. So I glued them onto, this might be, I think it's one of those report covers that you would use for a business. So it's dark green and it's a little waxy. So this type of tag, whoever got this journal would need to journal with maybe a paint pen or a gold pen. But I just thought it looked cool with the gift wrap. And then I had some textured paper here, and then this is a digital that I printed out, and you may not be able to see, but the bunny and her gloves and her hat are flocked. I have some flocking powder, and I love to use that any chance I get. So this is a little tactile tag. This is a greeting card that I think Angela sent to me, and if it's not Angela, I'm sorry, whoever it was. I think I got it last year, but it was already glitterified, so I just kind of, she was a little bit off center on the card, so I just kind of centered her up and made a tag, and then the back was already white, of course, and I put some ink and then sew this little piece of ribbon to the top. This is one of the flip tags. I don't know the official name for it, but this is just scrapbook paper. And then this is a digital from maybe KB and Friends, I'm not sure. And then I sewed some rickrack here. So there's a lot of writing space on that kind of tag. This is a digital of a vintage greeting card. And one of the things we did Sunday, I just put anything like this that I thought needed to be jazzed up a little bit on the dining room table. And my daughter and my husband and I all sat down, and we had paint pens, we had glitter pens, we had glossy accents, which is what this is. You can see the shine. We had flocking powder, we had glue and regular glitter, lots and lots of regular glitter, and we had glitter glue. Oh, and pearl, the pearl one. I just call it slick paint because that's what we used to call it back in the day, you know? So, pearl slick paint. And we sort of jazzed up these printables that I had and made them really fun. So glossy accent starts to get weird if you don't use it up in a certain amount of time, and mine was starting to reach that weird point. So I just gave them the freedom to use as much as they wanted, and this one is definitely embellished. So those are my tags for Tag Your Turn. Again, please go check out Diane's channel and Carrie the Paper Monkey. Go check them out for sure. Let me give you an update on the journals. I have all of the pages cut and folded for the 4 large ones. I'm not going to do a flip through today, but as you can see, I have 2 signatures in here. And the spine is done. It's not sewn in, of course. And I decided to do rickrack trim on all of these to have a little cohesive feel, and because they're all retro in feel. So all these pages are in here and ready to be part 2. After I get this part done is when I leave everything unbound, but it's when I like to glue or sew all of the trim to the edges, the lace, any tabs that I want to sew on. If I want to do a fabric flip, it's much easier to sew those in at this point. So this one is ready for the decorating of pages, the first decorating, I guess I should say. And then this one is a very old copy of the Christmas Story. This is the one that, let's see, this one? Yes. No. I'm trying to remember if I was able to keep this story intact in this one. Yes, I was. This one has the story intact in order. The Christmas Story does not. That's the one that a little child had marked all up. So I'm going to be using those pages to cut up and make embellishments and tuck spots and stuff like that. But the original story is not in here. However, there are plenty of other Bible story and religious book pages in here that if it looked like it belonged in the biblical account of Christmas, then I put it in here. So you'll see Mary and Joseph and shepherds and things like that. Here's a nativity scene, little sheep. Ideals page with children looking at a nativity. So that's what this one is. It's still retro themed, but it's about the Christ child. And then this one is just so adorable. Y'all, I want to keep every journal that I make. I know I can't, but every time I make one, I'm like, oh yeah, this is the one I would keep. And then I make another one. I'm like, no, that's the one I would keep. So I got this fabric in a bag of fabrics at a yard sale, and I think it looks like decorated sugar cookies, and it goes perfect with the red and green and the trees. So I was super excited that worked because I didn't have a big piece of it, but it was just enough for this book. And this has a lot of red and green. I tried to just do a lot of red and green in this one. So this one is ready to decorate also. And it's a good bit shorter compared to the golden book size. You'll see it's about 1.5 inches shorter. They all have a 1.5 inch spine. And last but not least is this very old copy of Santa's Surprise Book. I know this book has been republished several times, but This is a super old copy, and it is rough. Like, it feels like it's been put through a sandblaster, but I love it. I didn't want to mess with it at all. In fact, all of this, where it looks like it got stuck to something, maybe in heat, I left it because I think it's beautiful. So this is the Santa Surprise book, and it has, I think Mardell sent me this fabric. Not entirely sure. But I was able to keep all the pages in this one too, I think. Let me check. It's only been like 3 days, y'all, and I've already forgotten. Yes, I did, but I folded them because they were, it's at that awkward point in some size books where you either cut them off, you fold them and create a new fold here, but I don't really like doing that because it adds bulk to this part, and it's really, it just makes a gator mouth as quick as you can imagine. So I just folded them, but it was at the awkward, I really only needed to fold them in about 1/4 of an inch, but that would be weird. So I went ahead and folded them 1 inch in. So they're a little bit shorter than the other pages. But the original, and this book is just full color, full page images. Love it so much. And this one had some sort of a mint green. So I kind of went with that theme. So you'll see some mint in here along with the reds, and I also threw in some pink. Of all the books, I feel like this one is the one that pink needed to go in. So those are the 4 big ones. The little ones, oh goodness, where are they? Okay. I haven't done much more with these since the little preview pic that I put on Instagram. I have 1 page. I have 1 page cut for each of the 3. So these are just gonna be the cutest things ever. Like, they could be, they're small enough that you could actually hang them on a tree if you could figure out how to do that. But they'll also be 2 signature, and they're not gonna be super embellished. They're not gonna have pockets and tags all through. They're mainly just gonna be pages with a few things here and there, but nothing like a regular junk journal. These are more, I don't know, more toy-like in my mind. So I don't know what you would actually write in these if you had one. Maybe a list of gifts that you received that year. Maybe that's what would fit in here. Or just, like I said, a little, I mean, it'd be adorable just sitting on top of your piano or on an end table next to some Christmas photographs. Just to have it sitting there as like a little, you know, just a little play party, as my grandpa used to say. And last but not least are the 4 greeting cards. Now, this is out of my comfort zone, y'all. I've never made greeting card junk journals, and I've always wanted to, but the more I delve into it, the more I realize I don't know what I'm doing. They're awkward sizes. They're kind of square. So I know I don't want all the pages to be the same size, but so far, this one is a perfect size. So far, a lot of them, the paper that I have, by the time I cut it to fit, it's like, it's way smaller than the card, but that's okay. I think it's going to be fun. I don't know yet how many pages these will hold. And then I have to figure out, I'm going to sew them in, of course, with a single 3-hole pamphlet stitch, 1 signature, obviously, to be determined page count. But then I'm going to need to wrap the edge to protect it because this paper is very brittle, and poking holes and pulling thread through it is going to shred it. So I will wrap it with either fabric or lace or something to that effect. I know some people use very wide washi. I don't have any, so it'll be some sort of a fabric. But they are cute. This one has pink. This one is, I think all of them are signed. I don't think this one was. No. This one is adorable. I remember buying this one in an antique store. Gosh, I was not even 25 years old. That's how long I've had this card. So that one. And then this one, I just love the way it, like the Western font. So this one is also signed. So these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, y'all, 11. And the big ones are the big ones, but the other ones are small, and so I don't feel as worried that I'm not going to get all these done. I think I'll be doing okay. I have the rest of the week in the evenings, and then I have all weekend to work on these, and so I hope to have these listed before Thanksgiving. We'll see, but that is my goal. But thank you so much for stopping by today. I know the videos are a little more few and far between, but I appreciate you sticking around and staying subscribed. If you did, you know that I will come on here with a video as often as I possibly can. I hope all of you are doing well, and I wanted to say thank you too for all of the kind words and well wishes and congratulations you gave me about my news. It really means a lot when your friends are celebrating with you, when you have a major life change that is scary but exciting at the same time. And it's really cool to know that you have cheerleaders behind you. So I hope you guys are doing well. Let me know how you're doing and what you're working on right now. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.